Dick Latessa, thank you so much for talking to me.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm great. And you're right about everybody being. It's a perfectly cast show. Rarely happens this well.
It's almost a dream cast because you've got so many people in it who have amazing voices, and I was bowled over by this musical. It's so much fun, and I think we need that now more than ever, just to laugh and have a great time.
Especially in New York. After 9/11, this was exactly what the city needed musically for Broadway. It couldn't be better. It couldn't have been better timing.
There really is a buzz about this musical in New York, and as I say, this really is a hot ticket. You can't get tickets for this show for love nor money. I don't know who you have to sleep with to get tickets, and I was so pleased when they said we could come and talk to you guys, because it really is the big show, and that must be a great credit to you to be in this, to be part of this huge musical.
Yeah, it is. But I'm telling you, people call me, I don't even know, looking for tickets. And of course, I can't give everybody tickets, but all my friends have been taken care of. No, it's very exciting to be in something this big. And enjoying it. There's some things that are big that you say, oh, it's a job, But this one is a treat. This one's a treat.
This show is really high energy throughout. I mean, you must be exhausted by the end of it because it really is power throughout.
Yeah. My tough act's the second act. That's where I have my numbers. One number and then the finale, which they got me dancing. And I begged Jerry. I said, Jerry, these knees aren't what they used to be. Take it easy, But he didn't listen.
You have great youth and vigor on stage, and I had no idea that you didn't particularly enjoy dancing because you do it so brilliantly.
No, many years ago, I started off as a dancer. I thought that's the shortest career in show business. And I love doing it. I really do love doing it. But it's the rehearsal, learning. The process takes a little longer than it used to. So the other learning lines and singing, that's easy, But the dancing, once I nail it, then I really have a lot of fun with it. And I've done that in this show. This show is endlessly fun to do.
This show is called The Magic of the Musicals on Broadway, and we're talking to a lot of the stars from Broadway, and you have, without a question, I think probably the most experience on Broadway. Is it magical to perform on the Broadway stage?
Absolutely. There's nothing like it. I mean, I do all the other stuff too, but the most exciting thing to me is Broadway. It's that immediate satisfaction that you get from a live audience, good or bad. They don't leave any doubt in your mind as to what they're feeling about you. And I like to know that. I really do. And I find it very satisfying.
What about the West End in London? Have you ever appeared on the West End stage?
No, but I know I'm going to do this one there. If they'll let me, I'd love to do this one there. I really would. And I think Harvey, well, I don't know. I shouldn't speak for Harvey, but I know I'd love to do it. I'd love to spend about 3-4 months in London as a performer in a nice hotel.
There are plenty there. Between you and me, I think this show, without question, is going to come to London. I think it has to come to London. It's so huge here, and I know it would go down a storm in the UK. And if you come, let's talk to you then.
Well, the interesting thing about this show is I think it has appeal for everyone. It's a show for outcasts. It's a show for obese people, African Americans, all the strange people in the world. We all have a chance. We'll all have our day. And it makes people happy to watch a show like this, saying, that could happen to me too. It's wonderful. And I think it has universal appeal. Londoners, I think, will love this show.
We're going to find out more about the show in a moment when we talk to Mary Bond Davis. As you can hear, the rehearsals are about to start for the show. It's opening the first one today, and then you got another one this evening. We're going to take a piece of music now, though, which is an incredible piece called Timeless to Me, which is the song you sing in the second act with an amazing performer. Tell me about Harvey.
Harvey's a delight. He's just a delight to work with. He's giving. He's always there for you. And the number is it's a love song. It's a love song between, the audience knows there's two men up there, but they buy this love song that it's this man and his wife, and they just go along with it, and it makes people cry. That's what amazed me. They said they weep. They're touched by this song, and Harvey and I always say to each other, now remember, this is a love song. No shtick. This is a love song,
He literally is larger than life in so many ways. His performance is incredible.
Yeah. He's a tough act to replace, I'll tell you. I don't know. He's so unique. And he takes that stage and it's all his, and the audience adores him from when the curtain goes up.
And that voice, where the hell did that come from?
I'll tell you, when I heard that voice the first time, I thought, how the hell is this guy going to sing this show 8 times a week? That voice is like iron. It is like iron. I guess he was born with that voice. I don't know. He must have nodes all over the place. I don't know.
Dick Latessa, thank you.
Take care.
It's an amazing song by two amazing performers. Timeless to Me is the song by Harvey and Dick that we just spoke to. We're here today at Hairspray on 52nd Street at the Neil Simon Theatre. This is an incredible, incredible show. And we now talk to another member of the cast, Mary Bond Davis, who is an incredible performer. So kind of you to talk to me on a 2-show day.
Oh, I'm glad to talk to you.
Firstly, can I talk about your banquette?
Oh, yes, you may.
This is the epitome of show business, isn't it?
It is really quite great. And I don't really want to tell you how I got this, but it's quite lovely.
Now, before we go any further, I know you're a seasoned pro on Broadway, but how thrilled are you to be part of this amazing production?
This is my 8th Broadway show. I've never seen anything like it. It's a great show. We knew it was fun, and we had fun doing it when we were rehearsing it, but we didn't know how the audience would receive it. And we're just so glad that they've taken it to their hearts the way we have.
Now, this program's called The Magic of the Musicals on Broadway, and I want to know for you how magical it is to come into this wonderful big theatre night after night to entertain thousands of people.
You know, I go home knowing that at least 1,500 people have been touched every night, and that the immediacy of a live audience, there's nothing like it. It's thrilling, and it's thrilling to have people come up to me after the show and tell me, I listened to number 14 on the CD, you know, and how it's moved me and changed my life. I've gotten letters from anchors, local news anchors here, who've talked about how my father marched with Martin Luther King in Washington and how important I Know Where I've Been is to me. And it's, you know, even Big, Blonde, and Beautiful, you know, the embracing people who are big, you know, and loving themselves and learning that it's okay to be a big person and to love themselves. It's been quite gratifying all the way around.
And I think that is the point of the show, really, isn't it? It doesn't matter what colour you are, what size you are, what colour hair you have, how your hair's started. It really doesn't matter. It's about you and how you are inside and your personality.
Absolutely, absolutely. Forget the shell, look inside.
Now, you've done a lot of stuff. You've done film. Coming to America was one of your big films, which is a huge hit in the UK and over here as well.
Yeah.
But let's talk about the difference between film and theatre, because here, if it's not a good show and you don't get the laughs, it must be the most terrifying thing in the world. If a film doesn't work, you're not there to see the reaction, are you?
Absolutely. Well, even here when we're doing Hairspray, we have evenings where the audience is a little quiet and we'll, you know, make cricket sounds to each other or tumbleweeds, you know, going across the stage. But, you know, with film, you have to play to the camera, you know, and the camera is so much smaller, you know, and you know that the audience is so much bigger, you know, so it's different.
It must be a huge skill to know the difference between that and to be able to distinguish and act differently, because it must be a different type of performance completely.
Absolutely. For me, sometimes I find it difficult because I'm so big anyway. I don't mean literally, but my movements and stuff, and I really have to make a conscious effort whenever I audition for anything on film to bring it down for the camera's point of view.
In terms of animation and personality and everything, you have to bring it down, do you?
Absolutely. Vocally, when you're walking across the stage, you just can't clomp, clomp, clomp. Well, you can't clomp, clomp, clomp on a stage anyway. I don't. I've been told I'm very light of foot. But, you know, there are certain things that you have to take into consideration, you know, and not wearing jewelry that makes noise, you know, if you're doing a recording or, you know, every medium has its, you know, drawbacks and pluses.
As I say, you've done some amazing stuff, film and theatre. What do you enjoy the most?
I love it all. I want to do it all. I want to continue to do it all. It's great.